Okay guys, I wanted to show you how I can sort of directionally fell a tree, whatever the correct terminology is there, but it's a lot like with a chainsaw. You see, I already did it at the top there, and I just dropped it over here. So this one, I want it to fall to the right. It's very simple. Kind of cut a wedge like you would when you're doing cutting a tree down with a chainsaw. And with this, if I've weakened it enough, then I just knock it over. Use my side teeth there and cut all the branches off. Get this little one out of the way. There's a few rocks around here, and sometimes they kind of hide on you, so you gotta watch out for them. Now I don't like putting a cutter like that too much, but I just do that so I can move this stuff around. Tilt it down a little bit, hopefully you can see. Then I can grind it all up. I use it like a router. Just cut a bit off at a time. There, I took a whole bunch off. It's very tricky because the cutter takes so much hydraulic power from the machine to operate. Not easy to be precise. And sometimes you get a piece caught in there, so then you just go like this. There's cutters on the top. There you go. So as you can see, it's a very, very violent machine. See, there's another tree here. And they cut it the same way. Just let the thing get up to speed here. That's pretty much some different ways you can sort of use it. They've got all this stuff in here. Watching for the fence. There's an electric fence right next. I'm just cutting up to it, and then the farmer can do the rest. There might be pieces hanging off, but whatever, eh? Just gonna back up. See, I have to have if I want power to the track sometimes, because the cutter takes so much hydraulic power, I've got to hold the auxiliary pedal down, so then I just use the levers instead of the foot pedals, because I got one foot holding the auxiliary hydraulic pedal down. Here, see if you can see this, but see this? I can slow down the flow to the cutter, and now I can move. This pedal on my right foot here, that's normally the hydraulic auxiliary hydraulic pedal for like the tilt bucket or thumb, etc. There's something hard under there, and I'm betting it's a rock. Yeah. Didn't touch it with the teeth, thankfully. I got these notches on the side of the cutter there, and I can sort of pick up branches and stuff a little bit, and older trees to grind up, and sure throw a lot of stuff behind me on the road. I threw lots of bits and pieces, and some of the trees were right up close to the road, so I couldn't help it. So watch out for cars. Luckily there isn't much traffic down here. Smaller trees like this little skinny one here, I just start from the top and I just mulch them down to nothing. The dead snags, sometimes a few standing dead trees that are really dried out, and those ones you just touch them and they just go poof. So you really throw stuff around with those. The green ones like these, you throw stuff around, but not like those snags. Fucking rocks, see? Kind of hidden from view. It's only the second one I've touched today, which is pretty good because there's a lot of rocks around, especially along the edge here. Something about how they built the road here. Maybe now that we clean this out for them, they'll do a bit of maintenance, clean that shit up. Oh, sorry. Let's close the window here. Don't want all these house flies getting in. Drive you nuts. So, that's basically what there is to it. Didn't take me very long to do this. I thought it was going to take me a lot longer because I had some more mature trees. This stuff is easy. It's the big stuff that I have a harder time with. Right up against the fence. Leave it alone. I can do that with the chainsaw. Again, the skinny ones just start from the top. Like, I've got construction signs up, but I don't think any of these people really realize what how dangerous these things are. So far, it hasn't been a problem. If they can't tell that there's something going on here with all that wood across the road, then, well, it wouldn't surprise me. Friggin' city bit. Sometimes I can creep along a little bit, but it's kind of slow. These little guys, you can take it with a lawnmower if you wanted. And these are just all willows and some skinny, scrawny poplars. Maybe I could just bend this one over. So let's break off the top. Neat things. brush cutter. It's made by a company that calls themselves ProMac. I don't know what that really means, but that's they're from BC or something like that. They make another kind where it's like a horizontal drum. It's a little bit different than this. I don't think they throw material around as much. And then they also make a flail type where it's got these little hammers that swing. Let's see if we can zip this one off at the bottom. Oh, that's not what I wanted. You bastard. See, that's just... I'll probably run out and get that one after. Don't have the same amount of control as you do when you just have a bucket on. I always park it with the foot down like that, and then if I pull up the safety lever, then it'll slow it down and it'll eventually at some point some days stop. But it's like a big flywheel, it goes for a long time. So I guess I'm gonna go get that brancher that fell. It's 11:30, so it's almost lunchtime. Go for a while longer and then I'll have the rest of my lunch. So I'll talk to you guys later. I hope you're enjoying my videos as of late. I haven't heard too much input lately, so talk to you guys later. Bye.